good evening, and welcome to The Bottom Line. News about your neighborhood and its condition. News that will allow you to make informed decisions. From downtown to Dover and everywhere in between, it's news that reaches the residents of Wilmington and Newcastle County. News that's real, relevant, revealing. Yes, it's the bottom line. Again, we are so happy that you are joining us on this last day of May, May 30th, 2016. I am one of your hosts, Nicole D. Surrett. So happy that you are with us on this Memorial Day. I hope that if you had all 3 days off, that you had an enjoyable Memorial Day weekend. We know that it is the unofficial beginning of summer, and you also have permission to wear white. So go ahead and take care of that. But we are also going to talk tonight about the real meaning behind Memorial Day. And just the teacher in me, and if you're a trivia buff, you'll love this. And if I'm your lifeline, you're playing some kind of a trivia game, you can thank me now for giving you some answers. Memorial Day was originally called Decoration Day. Why? Because people would decorate grave sites, and as you know, that's a tradition that people continue today. Decoration Day honored soldiers from the Union and Confederate armies who died during the American Civil War. It later became a national day of remembrance instead of a celebration that was separated, a celebration where the Union and Confederate armies were celebrated separately. I got it together here. In 1971, it became a federal holiday. We honor those who sacrificed for our country, whether they died in battle or as a result of wounds sustained in battle. And I was thinking about it on my way to the studio. I've seen a bumper sticker from time to time that says, all gave some gave all. And so on behalf of the Bottom Line crew, we thank all of those people who gave their all by sacrificing their lives so that our country could be a safer country and a better country. We have the Bottom Line crew in the house tonight. So happy that our captain, none other than State Rep Charles Potter, he is back in the house. His first mate is off. Elder Ty, we miss you. We will see you next week, but fear not. We have that Republican. Cal Brown is up in the house tonight. I also see Miss Deneen and that sports guy, Ed Johnson. And I know I just need to leave room for Ed at this news desk because he's got sports and more sports. And we're going to do what we need to do on the Bottom Line and get out your way because there's a basketball game coming on tonight. We got to get up out of here. So enough of me. You'll see me in a little bit. We're going to shoot over to Studio A with State Rep Potter. Take it away.
Boy, it just seems like I've been gone for a long time. It's been 1 week, but it seems like a month. I can't believe it. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. Boy, I had a great time spending time with my family. My sister Joyce was here from California. My niece, who's a doctor from Michigan, all of her children were with her. A couple graduates from Ohio. We have many college graduates from the Potter family here in Delaware. My nephew Tay from Delaware State. TJ from Ohio State, Darrell from University of Delaware, a lot of high school graduates, Eric from Concord High School. Just, you know, that is a wonderful thing, you know. This is when everybody's graduating. This is what it's all about, family and education. I want to speak to you right now about WEAC. WEAC is the Wilmington Education Improvement Commission. Last week, before we went on break from Dover, we passed the legislation saying that the resolution to start to move forward on the redistricting for the city of Wilmington. And in that particular plan, we talked about a lot of things that's going to affect the state of Delaware. So what I need you to do, this will be the first time that we're moving Wilmington back into two 3 districts instead of the 4 plus the vocational district. So I need you to call all your legislators and tell them to make sure when it's time to vote for the money and to move forward with redistricting that everybody is on board. And I'm going to say this to you. Any Wilmington legislator who does not vote to support WE ACT, you don't need to vote for them to be back in office, because since desegregation, you know what happened. We were we were graduating our young people at a rate of over 80%. Now it's down to 50%. We believe if we can get our young people back into 3, then 2 districts, that we can put our hands on them. What do I mean by that? We could get more black teachers in there. Our parents could get back and forth to the different schools. Our young people won't have to get up as early, being bussed all over the place. So we need this to happen. So if any of the legislators from Wilmington do not vote to support this, you don't need to vote them back in office. And we'll be calling out. We're going to take a vote count to see who's supporting this right now. Next, we had the port expansion. We had our last task force meeting this past Monday, and we voted to move forward with the expansion of one of the port projects. Of course, what we were looking at is several projects. One being expanding the existing port, which we're going to do that. We looked at a site called River's Edge, which was the #1 site we voted out on Monday. We looked at, there's a First State crossing in Claymont. That's down the line, years away from now. And the former Edgemore site, which where Comoros is located. And of course, that site is contaminated. But what we said is that we want to look at a port authority in the state of Delaware where we could potentially build on all of those particular sites. Another issue that's been coming up a lot is community policing. We know the importance of policing in the community. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Most of our police from the city of Wilmington working in the city, they don't live in the city of Wilmington. When this issue came up about residency, I support residency. I believe they should work and live where they work because they have more investment into the community. And right now, we have the majority, I say a lot of our police officers not living in the city of Wilmington. We're paying for them to drive police vehicles to, could be Middletown, could be Chester, could be Pennsylvania, and that's an additional cost for a city. So we need to move forward again and making sure we have residency where our police live. There was an opinion that came out by the AG's office on the Jerry McDowell case. You know that situation, the young man who was shot in a wheelchair. The AG said that the police did not act properly. I looked at the video along with many other people, and I believe that that officer did not act properly, and some of the other officers. I'm just going to keep it real with you. The guy's in a wheelchair. There was many things that could have been done to apprehend him. You know, the first guy who shot had a shotgun. He was about at least 30, 20 feet away. He could have got around the back of him, and when he shot the young guy, McDowell was not pointing the gun at him at all. So, you know, it's like you be the judge, you saw it, I saw it, and I think it was completely wrong. I'm a part of the Delaware State Black Caucus. We put a letter out to the U.S. Attorney, Loretta Lynch, asking her to come in to take a look at that situation, and I'm hopeful that she's going to come in. Let me just tell you, usually in these cases, what happens, there's usually no criminal charge, there's usually a civil charge that takes place when you go to court. Lastly, I know Nicole didn't mention it, but she has an event coming up, and she's going to talk more about that. And I believe, and to see, I'm going to steal a little her thunder because I heard her talking about me and Reverend Ty and Cal when we weren't here. I believe Sunday's going to be National Cancer Week, Awareness Day, so she's going to talk more about that. I wanted to play a little song and a salute. Our country, 'tis a deed. Let freedom ring, let freedom ring. We want to give a salute to all the veterans who have served and people who continue to serve. And I got a veteran who's with me now. Is it hurrah or?
Hoorah.
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 Hoorah. Say it.
Hoorah.
There you go. You ready?
Yeah. You know, the only thing, you know, normally I don't correct the state rep.
Okay.
But what really is, there is a little, you know, thing between the Veterans Day and Memorial Day.
Right.
And I think Nicole made it real plain that we talk, we honor those that gave their life. I got to come home. Like a lot of my friends, I wasn't deployed. I went in during Vietnam, but I never went to Vietnam.
Okay.
And some people that I know that went to Vietnam perished in that war.
That's right.
And then a lot of guys that I know that came back from Vietnam, even some of the guys I work with currently at the Veterans Hospital.
Yeah.
They have been through some difficult things, and I tell you, sometimes it's touching when you think about the people that don't respect the freedom that they have that cost people their lives.
And we got young people out here just taking each other's lives. They don't respect lives, and other people want to live.
And it's unfortunate, and a lot of it goes back to a couple of issues you brought up. First of all, one, I want to commend you for fighting for our young people with the education.
Well, thank you.
I've been following that event. That is so critical.
It is.
We were educated locally.
That's correct.
And we adopted the principles and the morality of the educators who cared about us. And those are the kind of values that were intrinsically instilled in us.
Yes,
and so those made a big difference with us. And it spills over into both conversations. One, the public servants, when we were kids, all lived in the city.
Yes, they did.
Because when you have a city absent of all the people who make the money in the city or benefit from the city, you find that it's like all the good people and all the important people, they don't live here.
And you know what, and I'm going to stop you there, and I want you to continue, but when you say who make the money, the police force is one of the highest paid in the city. They get to the tune of $30 to $40 million or more of the budget. Imagine that money recirculating in our community. Right now, the majority is going out of the community.
And like in Philadelphia, I know a young man here who joined the police force in Philadelphia. He had to leave Wilmington and move to Philly.
And move there, right.
Because they are known to keep everybody in the city. And we need that. Because when I grew up, it was policemen on the block, firemen on the blocks, the ambulance people lived on the block, all the politicians lived in the city. And that kept the city balanced. Because if you take all the people, extract all the good and the wholesomeness out of a community, then they complain about what's left the kids to look up to is the drug dealers, look up to struggle, and then the working people like myself. Sometimes I live on a block where it's all kind of drama. But I mean, I have to stand and fight, but it would sure be nice if I could ride down the street and see a couple police cars on the block, or the firemen live next door.
Well, they're not living there, and Denise's a real estate person, and she knows there's a lot of vacant houses in the city of Wilmington. When residency was taken away about 15 years or so ago, at least 500 of those families moved outside the city. That's where a vacant house problem came from. When residency was reduced, most of the police officers and a lot of firemen moved outside the city of Wilmington. They started renting their houses, and that's why we got big rentals in the city of Wilmington.
And we got, and these communities become what they call transit communities, where you got people just moving in and out. There's no stability in the community. People don't really know these people. Your neighbors are not. When we grew up, we knew the neighbors were there. They were implanted there for 30 and 40 years. Then you got people there for 7, 8 months, and they're gone, and new people come in. It's no cohesiveness in the community.
Well, I think gentrification is taking place in the city now. But I want you to give you a salute for Memorial Day. I know you want to.
I want first of all, a lot of the families. I listened to a lot of programs all day about people was calling in about their father and sometimes the mother was in the service that died in conflicts in this country. And I want to just say on behalf of a lot of Americans that we certainly salute those families who children who had to grow up without their fathers and mothers, and that men and women who gave everything so that we could sit at this desk in the air condition, and not even the way the military is so designed. We don't even realize the fight that's going on. And that's the importance of the American country. This country, and people always say, well, what do you worry about this country for? Your people came here as slaves. Maybe they did.
Yeah, but we got black people who fought in the war.
White, Hispanic, all the way from back from
Buffalo soldiers,
from the American Revolution.
All
the way to currently. that,
Yes.
that the Americans in this country who are from African descent, we have sacrificed.
That's correct.
And continue to sacrifice.
Right. We are part of the fabric of this United States of America.
I'm
Yes.
not, when people say that, I heard your friend, not picking on, Donald Trump was going to send y'all back. I said, send me back where?
I knew politics had to come here sooner or later.
I always, because black people always ask me that, how you going to be supporting Donald Trump? He going to send you back. I said, well, as far as I go, my father and mother from Middletown. So I guess as far, they can send me back, but they got to send me to Middletown. But I'm an American. My mother's from here, my grandmother, everybody. I'm an American.
But you don't support Donald Trump, right?
But I do support Donald Trump,
all
100%.
right. Okay, all right.
I'm just letting people know that, listen, we're not going anywhere, brother.
Okay.
I don't care who's the president.
Hillary Clinton. Can you say Madam President? Madam President? That's
Well,
what we're going to have to get used to saying.
You better get ready for the burn. You got problems.
The burn is a sizzle now.
No, it
he
ain't.
just needs to get on board.
The burn-
That's all. He's done.
Listen,
He's
you know
done.
what? You know what it reminds me of,
What's
and I
that?
don't want to steal Ed's
Yeah,
thunder. It reminds me of the Golden State Warriors
Oh, my
and the
God.
Oklahoma Thunder.
It's not over till it's over. Remember
Everybody, Hillary is like the Golden State Warriors. They was already picked to be in the finals and everything. Bernie like Oklahoma. Didn't do too much early, but coming on lately. And so Golden State, just like Hillary, is in a Game 7 in California.
Okay.
And I got a feeling one of them going to lose.
That's James Brown. I got that feeling.
I got a
But let
feeling.
me say something to you. Look, you believe in rules and regulations, right?
Yeah.
If Bernie should have known the game when he got in, and first of all, he's not a real Democrat.
Yes,
when
he
got
is.
in,
He switched over.
Hillary outsmarted him. She went and got the super delegates first.
Yeah, because
She won all the states. Is that part of the rules?
It's rules.
Okay, so she has 2,310. She only needs 83 more delegates, and it's over. He can't catch up. But those same super delegates he's arguing about, he wants to go to the convention to try to get them back.
Well, you was all right with that when it was with Donald Trump.
He's a double-minded
Wait a
man.
minute, but wait a minute.
What?
How you, now, last time we were together,
What?
you was all right with Donald Trump and causing all the confusion at the convention and the super delegates they only guaranteed to stay with him. But now, see,
I agree because I like disruption in the Republican Party.
But you got all the disruption.
But you know what? I got to go over.
We all good.
We got to go over to. We got to go over to Ed. Let's go over to Ed so he can get sports in. Then go to Deneen and Nicole. And we know Donald Trump's a loser. All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the sports segment of the show. And I have to say, if Donald Trump was the last person on earth, I would never vote for that man. Not after some of the things that I've heard come out of this man's mouth. How would you like to have a president who insults people in the White House? You know, it's not good. All right, let me move on. All right. I'm going to first start off with the Indianapolis 500, which was ran yesterday. And a guy named Alexander Rossi has stunned in the NASCAR racing world by winning the historic 100th running of the Indianapolis 500, which is considered to be the greatest spectacle in racing by most race fans. Rossi was a 66-1 long shot to win the race. Rossi, representing the famed Andretti family, stretched his fuel to outwit drivers who had faster cars. Congratulations to him and the entire Andretti family. Next, I'm going to move on to the NHL. Stanley Cup Finals are finally begins. They started tonight at 8 p.m. The San Jose Sharks will be playing at the Pittsburgh Penguins starting Game 1 tonight at 8 p.m. This will be San Jose's first ever trip to the finals, and I suspect that Sidney Crosby and his Pittsburgh Penguin friends will be heavily favorites. Good luck to all. Golf. Jason Spieth yesterday won at Fort Worth. Won for the 8th time in the PGA Tour. Spieth fired a 5 under par 65 Sunday to win. He was 17 shots under for the tournament with a final total of 263. Spieth is the second-ranked player in the world behind Jason Day. We recently had a Tiger Woods showing last week, but no timetable has been set for his return. The U.S. Open is scheduled to begin in 3 weeks. Come on, Tiger, we want to see you out there somewhere. Tennis. The French Open is now in its second week, and the quarterfinals will be starting soon. I just left the house and watched Serena Williams and Venus Williams advanced. And to me, Serena Williams looks a little bit lethargic. I don't know. She looked a little plumped around the edges. I hope you're getting yourself together, Serena, because we want to see you break that record. You need 2 more majors to tie and break. All right. Baseball. The Phillies just came off a sweep at the hands of the Chicago Cubs. And I don't think the Phillies will make the playoff this year, even though they're playing very well. It just don't look good for them. They're going to be all right. They're going to be in the middle of the pack, but I just don't think that they'll make a run at the playoffs this year. The Baltimore Orioles, who led the American League East for the start of the season from the start. They started off good with 8-9 wins in a row, and now they have fell behind the Boston Red Sox, who are surging right now, and Boston looks pretty good. And the standings in the American League East, Boston is leading that division at 30-20. Baltimore's behind them. New York, my team, is 5 games back. The Central, Kansas City Royals are still ahead, 27-22. And in the West, Texas is leading 29-21. National League, Washington's leading that division in 30-21. Philadelphia is like 3 games back. Chicago, best record in the majors at 34-14. In the West, San Francisco's leading 32-20. It's a long season. We got over 100 games to go. That's going to happen. Good luck to all in baseball. Before I get to the playoffs in the NBA, I want to talk. It's been reported that the Sixers are going to trade Nerlens Noel and Okafor, as they have the number 1, 24, and 26 picks in this year's NBA draft. I don't know what kind of players the Philadelphia 76ers are looking for, but they keep making stupid trades. I don't know what's wrong with them. What kind of players are you expect to get? Because you're getting some very good players and you're letting them go to other teams, and those players are constantly making the playoffs and enhancing other teams. They need to hold on to some of those number 1 draft picks and some of those players, especially Okafor. This guy is going to be a good player. He's going to be a superstar in rent-a-car. They need to hold on to a few of their players and build from within with all the draft picks that they have. Okay, NBA Finals. I want to say that I watched Cleveland up in the Toronto Raptors, what I predicted in Game 6 the other night, and Cleveland looked just fantastic. The addition of Channing Frye, this guy who can shoot threes, he's on a tremendous pace. He's shooting like 66% from three-point range. I think he's made 23 out of 36. That's a tremendous ratio. And if he shoots like that, and they keep getting productivity out of Love, James, and Kyrie Irving, they are going to be a very tough bunch to beat. The only team I give them a shot to beat them is Golden State Warriors. I think the Golden State will win it. I think they got a good shot. Game 7 is tonight, starting at 9 p.m. They was behind 3-1 to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant and company. And Charles was telling me that he thought that Oklahoma was going to take them out. I think you missed your chance, Oklahoma City, because you had them on the brink of disruption. You lost Game 6, and now you gave them their confidence back. I think that they're going to take you out of here and advance to the NBA Finals to face Cleveland, and it's going to be a repeat of last year. And I want to close by saying that somebody jumped the gun, because when you look at today's paper, they already have Cleveland facing the Golden State Warriors schedule in the paper today. They jumped the gun. And I know that that's going to be a tough game tonight, because Game 7 is anybody's game. However, if the Splash Brothers hit their shots, they will not be beat tonight. Take it away. We're going over to Studio B.
Hey, Miss Denise.
Hey there, Nicole.
Good to see you.
I know, I'm back. I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen you.
And I tell you, I'm glad that we're on this part of the studio, because these boys are throwing sand at each other back and forth, and the lightning's about to strike with their shenanigans and stuff like that. So what I want to tell our audience is that it's Memorial Day.
Yes.
And the Bottom Line Crew text message went out. Are you casket sharp guys going to dress down today?
Right.
And the response was yes.
It was.
And then they walked in the building with their 3-piece suits on and their patriotic attire. But that's all right. We're comfortable. We are dressed down. you did. Yeah, you did.
Uh-huh.
But we are dressed down
But
and
we're
we are
dressed
comfortable.
down. I'm telling you, I love to dress down.
Yeah.
So when you sent that text out, I got the knees
Yup.
out, the arms out. I take it all away. Good. So we got a lot to talk about. It's a lot of things happening in and around the community. So we definitely want to get everybody up to date on what's happening, right? So the weather. Let's talk about that first, right? It's feeling like summertime.
I know.
We got a little rain yesterday, but I am so excited about the summer coming. And it's just so many things going on. My children get an opportunity to get out the house. We were just talking, I got teeny boppers. So getting them out of the house is a priority in some days. So we're really excited about that. But there's a lot going on around town. So forgive me if I have to look at my phone. But first things first, tomorrow, there's an amazing event happening, right? It's a 90-minute camp. Chains Inc. is putting it on, and it's called Minecraft. All right. So I'm very into like the hour code, and I have it on my Google Analytics and everything. Like I'm really trying to understand this coding thing. Well, they have 15 slots available, probably already filled up. It actually is from tomorrow. They're leaving from the Wilmington Library at 3:30 and going out to Microsoft in Christiana, where the children are going to learn about the programming behind creating video games and things like that. So they're doing a very kid-friendly programming session with the children, so they can actually bring together their creativity and problem solving and actually create their own video games, I guess. So that's huge. So that's tomorrow. And then there's a Kings versus Princes Father's Day basketball brunch. So that should be exciting. That's
nice.
June 18th.
Right, because Father's Day is right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. We won't forget it. We won't forget it at all.
So I don't know. Did they remember Mother's Day?
We better check the video.
I know. We have to
better
run the
check
tapes
video,
back.
So.
But there's a Kings versus Princes Father Day basketball brunch. That's on the 18th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you want more information, you can contact Tangi at 302-465-7772. Registration's like $30 to get in the game is another $5. And if you want the brunch, then you can't be last minute with that. You got to reach out immediately.
Right.
So
can you give that number again?
Absolutely. That's Tangi. She's at 302-465-7772. All right. And there's Tamia on here as well. 302-753-0850. And that's the Kings and Princes basketball tournament.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, so summer camp is definitely a necessity.
Yes.
Right? Everybody's not like you, a teacher, has the summers off. So Kingswood Community Center actually has their summer camp starting up on June 27th. And that'll run through August. It's like $75 a week.
Okay,
all right.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, and they take purchase of care. You just contact Miss Thomas at 302-764-9022, and she'll give you more information. And then there's West End. West End has been having like splash parties and all this other kind of stuff for the kids. So that's amazing, you know, that they're giving the kids something to do.
Right.
Something
And they need
fun
something
and exciting.
to do.
Yeah.
And I know as a former teacher, we can't allow our children to take the summer off academically.
Absolutely not.
They need to be engaged. And so one of the best things I could recommend if you have young children or young it doesn't even have to be young, elementary, middle, or even high school, they need to stay up on their studies. So my suggestion is that you get some books, some academic books. Do not get the books for the grade that the child is going to. Get books for the grade the child just completed, because what you want your child to do is to stay up on their skills. If your child is just graduating from 4th grade, they may not be able to do most of the work in the 5th grade book, and so then you're going to wonder, why is that?
Right.
If you give them the 4th grade book, then they're going to practice what they learned all year, and then when they go to 5th grade, your teacher will thank you because they won't have to reteach a lot of those skills.
So just focus on reinforcing what they've already learned.
Yes,
that's
and I think that's the
a good
mistake
point.
that many parents make, is that they buy the book for the grade that they're going into.
I did it.
You need to buy the book for the
Yeah.
grade that they just completed. You need to get a book for their language arts, as well as math and any other challenges your child may have that they need some more practice
And
with.
have them do like 2 or 3 pages a
Right.
day. I mean,
Right.
not take up the whole day and then
Correct.
make them with a bunch of work. But
Right.
just in the morning, right after breakfast, have them sit down at the table, do like 2 or 3 pages, knock it out the way.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was
I'm all for that.
my struggle with my children is that they enjoy doing the work. They would sit and do the whole book all day. It's like, no.
No,
It's
they
still
have
the
to take a
summer.
break.
Still
Absolutely.
need you to go outside and run around
That's
and get some
important.
air and all of that kind of things. So please keep that in mind as you think about maybe some family vacations, even some family staycations. Do something as a family.
And
as
can
a
I just
family.
say this? I'm all about the health of the children,
Uh-huh.
right? And so I'm really passionate about that. Keep your children hydrated, right? So my children have been running around back and forth to the park and just, having fun outside in the weather, in the heat. But every time they come in the house, I'm like, grab a bottle of water.
Right.
Grab a bottle of water, making sure that they're hydrated, because as active as our children are, and how hot it's been,
Yes.
80, 90 degrees, you want to make sure that your children have what they need and not just keeping them outside
So
taking
children
a
and adults.
and adults,
Because most
absolutely.
people walk
Especially
around
our seniors.
dehydrated and don't realize
even know it.
By the time you get to that point, you're 16 ounces behind.
Yeah.
So we need to be drinking water, and I'm going to suggest water as opposed to sports drinks.
Absolutely.
The sports
Now,
drinks are loaded with sugar and things of that nature. So water is what your body craves.
Yeah, if you guys missed that segment where Nicole actually did a demonstration, it was the sugar test.
Sugar
right?
shock kit.
Sugar
Yep.
shock kit. And that actually exposed that our sports drinks have more sugar than like what? Your orange juice or Pepsi or what was it?
Those are things you want to stay away from. You want to stay away from sports drinks. You want to stay away from energy drinks. You also want to stay away from fruit juices.
Yeah.
Just packed with sugar.
Yeah.
But
That's good stuff, though. I think that's an important tip. We want to keep.
and
in
I'll
mind.
actually be teaching some of those classes this summer at the Wilmington Library.
Oh,
I'm
how about
teaching
that?
a class. 6 classes this summer, June, July, and August. One class is called Your Health is Your Wealth.
Okay. Now,
And
are these free classes?
These are free classes. And let me say it right because I don't have the flyer in front of me, but the library's theme this summer has to do with health and wellness. So they have classes from 12 to 1 because they want people to get out of their office spaces, get some air, walk over to the library, get some beneficial information, and go back,
That's
to
ideal.
work.
Absolutely.
So I'll be teaching classes from 12 to 1. Again, one is called Your Health is Your Wealth, and I'll be doing the Sugar Shock Kit.
Okay.
The other one is a new one that I'm rolling out on stress
Oh.
and how to better manage stress. And for people who can't get away from the office from 12 to 1, I'll be teaching a class at night from like 5:30 to 6:30. So I'll give more information as we get
Okay.
closer to it.
That's
So-
good stuff. You got a lot of stuff in the works and
Uh-huh.
a lot of things that are coming up. So we definitely want to
Yes.
get that out there. So you're teaching the classes at the library. Those are free to the public,
classes.
right? And so people can just walk in off the street,
I
participate,
think there's
get good
probably a
information.
registration. You may have to
have to register.
either in person or online. But again, I'll make sure I have all of that information next week.
Good stuff. So there's something else coming up. I know that State Rep Potter actually mentioned the
Yeah, because
awareness
he's a thunder stealer.
day. I
He's
know.
a thunder stealer.
I know. I
just make
wouldn't
words
say
up.
that he's casket shark. I would say he's like presidential shark.
Ah.
So he must think that he has that type of power where he can just steal your thunder. Yeah,
Yes,
let's talk
I just
about
bothered
it.
you. So this Sunday is actually National Cancer Awareness Day. And you'll see things in the news about different events to highlight cancer prevention. I do believe that we can have a world without cancer. And I want to do my part to see that we get closer to that. So I am hosting a conference for women living with all types of cancer. It's called Kaleidoscope, Empowering Survivors, Mind, Body, and Spirit. And it will be held September 23rd and 24th at the Embassy Suites on 896 in Newark, Delaware. So I've been working on this since about December, and I'm about 4 months out and just really, really getting excited about what's happening, you know, just the whole process and how it's starting to gel together.
Okay, so who's your audience? Obviously, cancer survivors and of all cancers,
Yes,
right?
women who are living with all types of cancer.
All types of cancers, but who else are you reaching out to? Supporters of cancer survivors?
Yes,
Or, okay.
supporters. And I have a couple of audiences. So it's a 2-day conference. Friday night is actually, I'm calling it Cocktails and Comedy.
Right, and so
It
cocktails
has nothing,
means,
right, yeah, I have to explain it because it has nothing to
Uh-huh.
do with alcohol. Our chemotherapy drugs are called cocktails.
Right.
So that's why it's a play on word. So it's Cocktails and Comedies, and it'll be a comedy show featuring survivors who are also comedians. Because as I talk about stress management, laughter therapy is my favorite way to combat stress.
Sure.
So that's why the kickoff is this comedy show. And as I talk about the conference, my male survivor friends are like, well, what about us? We need something too. And it's like, okay, I'm moving from doing women's seminars to women's conferences. That's a big leap in and of itself. So at some point, I see the Kaleidoscope Conference having a track for men, but not this year, not my inaugural year. But everybody can benefit from laughter therapy. So Friday night, I'm going to open it up to the public. So it's for
Good.
men, women, survivors, and non-survivors.
And that's going to be at Embassy Suites.
The
I
Embassy
want to be
Suites
clear.
on
Okay.
Friday, September 23rd. And then the 24th, I'm calling it ESP, Empowerment Sessions and Pampering. What I'm finding, Deneen, is that as I speak to women across the country, not enough of my survivor friends seem to know that when you finish that last chemotherapy treatment or that last radiation treatment, you have to continue to take care of yourself to reduce your risk of recurrence. So I want to empower women with what they can do to improve their health that doesn't require a prescription medication. So those empowerment sessions will include topics such as the benefits of chiropractic, the benefits of meditation, stress management, and understanding environmental toxins. It's not only the things that we're eating and drinking and not eating and not drinking that are leading us towards a diagnosis. It's some of the things that we're introducing into our environment.
Talk about it. That's
And
right.
I want the women who attend to feel super special. So I'm partnering with different organizations to offer complimentary manicures, massages, free blood pressure checks, free BMI screenings. And so that's for women living with all types of cancer as well as their caregivers. I've had a number of caregivers ask if they can attend with their loved one because their thought is, if I'm my mom's caregiver, I want to hear the same information that she's getting so that when the conference is over and we need to put this into action, I know what she should or shouldn't be doing.
That's right.
And when you think about it, a caregiver is a survivor in their own right. I've been a caregiver, and there are struggles for caregivers as well. So, and I'll give more information on it. So that's my parameters right now. I may open it up to, you know, women who are just interested in cancer prevention, but I'll make that decision as we get closer.
Yeah, so everybody can go to the Bottom Line's Facebook page. Will you post something
Sure,
there? Or,
sure.
Yeah,
and
I
I
think you
also
should
have a
post
Facebook
that.
page. It's called Kaleidoscope Delaware. So if you
Okay.
don't know how to spell kaleidoscope, you need to know how to spell kaleidoscope to access it.
Yeah, well,
And
why don't you just redirect us to your page by
Okay.
posting the link on the Facebook page?
And you know, you're all technically savvy like that. I'm going to have to get an instruction book to figure out. But I know you help
For
a
more
sister out.
information about Kaleidoscope,
Right.
go like
Right.
and then put your page.
Got it.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing right now is I really need sponsorship.
Okay.
I need people to be financial sponsors. I need people to take advertisements. People who are interested in donating gifts, anything like that. If you're interested, please contact me. You can reach me. My office number is 610-812-9997. Again, 610-812-9997. You can also go online. I am partnering with the Delaware Community Foundation. You can make a donation on their website that will go specifically for the Kaleidoscope Conference. So if you go to www.delcf.org and type in the Kaleidoscope Fund, you can make a donation right there, and it will definitely go to a good cause. I'm also looking to provide partial and full scholarships for survivors who demonstrate a financial need, because money's not always there when you get a cancer diagnosis.
Right. Okay, that sounds awesome. I'm definitely interested in being a sponsor, so I'll be reaching out to you on that.
Thank you.
I actually lost my grandmother when she was 47 years old to cancer, so absolutely. So thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that this session was actually very informational. You can get more information about Nicole DeSoret's event, the
Kaleidoscope Cancer Conference
that's happening at Embassy Suites. More information on Facebook for that. And we are going back to set A, where the gentlemen are going to close out for us.
Yeah, you know, these are the Thunder Stealers. That's the first time I heard that word.
Just right there,
you know, but
no, she said you was the Thunder.
Oh,
Stealer.
I was. Oh, I
No,
thought we
no,
were in this together.
No, well,
so we're not together. That's right, a Republican and Democrat. But Nicole, I will be one of your sponsors as usual. So I'll make sure I give a donation. I just want to mention that here on Lapa TV, live TV, this is your news station. We got the Kia, it's a Kia Congo, right?
Right.
Who has news, starts the morning off. Then Omar, he has a great show, Margaret Richardson. Then the Smiths come on. Oh my God, that's SOI. You remember that?
That's good TV.
That's good TV. We have the Kevin Rowley who comes on, Sam Guy, Ruth Baker, Josie. Then on Monday nights we have Miss Guy who follows us, and then we had Sammy and Cherry who comes on, but Sammy can't come on without talking to Wayna. So Wayna's the boss of the show.
That's right.
And Sammy might get some time every now and then. Then excuse me, I want you all to remember that abundance is still a part of our show. Go down to Molly's Ice Cream, the Drop Squad. I went there the other day. Her business is booming. All of us have a business. Cal has his barber business. Deneen is a real estate broker, or agent. And Nicole has Inspire. She got all kind of stuff going on. Ed has his tax business, and of course I have insurance, and we have a new real estate company, Potter's Realtors. So if you need insurance, come see us. We usually save people over $450 a year. If you got Liberty Mutual, ARP, and Allstate. But Cal, you wanted to say a few things, a few announcements.
Yeah, I know we got this Sunday coming, a very special announcement going to be coming up at 12 o'clock. Julius Cephas is going to be making this announcement. It's not about Julius Cephas, but it's going to be impactful, especially in the city of Wilmington. So you don't want to miss that. That's this Sunday at 12 noon. Tune in. Also, at this Sunday at 3:30, at the New Life Christian Center Church of Christ, Holiness USA, where yours truly serve as the pastor. It is our Brotherhood Men's Day. I know we just got out of Mother's Day and Women's Day, and it just went on for weeks. But there's Men's Days coming, and so is Father's Day.
Look, I'm going to tell everybody, if you have never, ever, ever, ever heard Reverend Cal Brown speak, come out to his church. I got to take the whole Bottom Line crew, because with Cal, he can really break it down. He makes it very special, and he has a lot of drama with it too. So you not only get the word, but you get a little bit of acting too.
Get a little drama?
Yeah.
All right, we got drama. First time we heard that, maybe we should be TNT. We know drama. But anyway, you want to come out to our Men's Day. Dr. Lawrence Wright will be our Men's Day speaker in the afternoon, along with the choir. You know, Mickey Plant sings in that choir.
Yeah, he can really sing.
Yeah, he can sing.
Yeah.
So we, come on down and get there early. We got dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah, right after the morning
this
service.
Sunday coming up?
This Sunday.
I'm coming.
Yeah, come on down, enjoy and hang with us.
Yeah.
And also, I want to congratulate Amaya Perkins. This is one of the young sisters at our church. She graduated, let me get this right, summa cum laude. That's the top honor? Summa cum laude.
Okay.
And she's a Delaware State University graduate. She was here with here at the stadium. Remember the young lady I told you?
Yeah, right.
She's top honors at Del State.
Okay, great.
We just had a little something for her. A couple of your staff members, her colleagues was there. They came
right.
down, took a little video.
Yeah.
The boys showed them a little work.
You did a
Yeah, I
little
put a little work
there.
in. They didn't think I could dance because I was Republican.
Old school.
I told them I do new school stuff too.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a little faster than y'all. and so we just had a wonderful time down there, and we just wanted to just let everybody know that we really just in the community trying to help out where we can, do the best we can. I remember coming up with little or nothing, but I thank God that I had good parents.
That's right. God is good.
The parents worked with me.
Yes.
And I got my...
In the community.
Yeah, in the community. I got my moral upbringing from my mother and the Church of God in Christ.
That's right.
And social being, me went to same
we went
school.
to same church,
same church,
school.
And we worked hard. And I think that, it's still hard work.
I'm from a family of 10. You're from a family what?
14. Plus
14.
we had 3 more. My father had 3 more, so 17 altogether.
Okay.
So 17 of us. And we just we learned to be
survived,
all right with it.
Right, yes.
Not just survive, we flourished.
Yes.
In that kind of community. And it's a lot that and I think that our young people, I think they got new roots coming out.
Yeah. Is that tonight?
Tonight.
Tonight.
And I think
roots.
that parents are to mentor the children. I took all the kids from the church and neighborhood, brought them in my house.
Okay.
Bought the root set.
All right.
I made them some hot dogs and popcorn.
Okay.
I made them watch Kunta Kinte come from Africa.
Okay.
All the way until we are free.
Right. Okay.
And they cried, some of them. They was upset. They didn't know how to. I made them watch every series because I didn't want them to be out here disrespecting each other, looking at the plight of how difficult it was for people to get you here.
Right, because this is a microwave society.
Yeah, microwave society. And
that's
we,
how
you
they
know
live.
what? I'm an American. I love this country.
Right.
Even though we came here wrong, the scriptures say this: the end of a thing is better than the beginning.
Okay.
The translation is this: it's not how you start,
it's how you
but
finish.
how you finish.
That's right.
So I mean, how I got here, I thank God for watching over my people. But I'm here.
Yeah.
This is my country.
Here to stay.
I'm red, white, and blue, apple pie, collard greens, pig feet, all that. I'm American as they get.
This is just a little touch of something that he's going to give you. When you come to hear Reverend Cal speak, I'm telling you, he can really lay it down. And I tell you, have people in there jumping up and down.
We just, I thank God.
You just have a good time.
We do. And I mean, God.
What about prayer coming back to school? You support that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's something that we're looking at, bringing
prayer back to school, prayer after school.
I think it sets the standard when you start your day off. Most people don't have any sort of standard, something to live by. Yeah, so
it's helped me.
We pray when we start every session in Dover. We pray at the beginning because we know it means something.
That's why the Democratic Party, you got to get on the Democrats about not being holy no more.
Oh my God!
And I might be back.
I just said we pray when we start.
I mean, you got to get the National Party.
The National Party.
I want to come back.
You want to come back?
If y'all get prayer back in the Democratic Party.
Did you hear that ding bell go off?
I want to come back.
That sounds like Trump. I'm the best. I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
But
he has no substance in anything. What he say?
Nothing. We going to win? I just like winning.
I can't believe you with him, and he has nothing between his ears.
Well, you just can't make a couple billion with nothing between your ears.
No. You can't. Have you ever seen it? Have any casinos went bankrupt? A casino going bankrupt. Can you believe that?
But he
got a college closing up.
I just want to build with my name on the top.
Oh, he just want to build a wall. A wall. Yeah, give me a break. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Stay tuned, and that's the bottom line.
Bottom line.